Hello to my CHD 205 students. I wanted to send a personal greeting to catch up with you since it's been several weeks. I'm going to have to apologize to you because I have been dealing with some medical issues for the last 3 months and kind of went against medical advice to take a break back in December. About exam time, and that kicked me in the butt now. So I got myself back into the hospital for a couple weeks. So I am recovering now and back, and I'm really glad to be back because this is one of my favorite classes to teach. So because of my medical issues, you guys unfortunately got the mediocre Miss Hopkins for the first few weeks. Those of you guys that have had me before know that I am definitely not the teacher that says, here's a PowerPoint, now here's something to do. I am a teacher that's hands-on instruction and so forth. So that's what you're going to see now. What we are going, well, let me back up. The assignment checklist we're going to use very loosely now because if some of you know me, I like to go along and play by how the students are reacting. And what I've noticed is I've assigned you a little too much at some point. So there, for instance, is already 3 things coming up in the future. I'm going to just take off, and you probably already noticed one of, in addition to the 3 things I took off, I think, right before I went out. So there's going to be some things that I'm not going to make you do, but I'm going to add a few things like video lectures, so you can actually hear me talk over the PowerPoint. Or there'll be videos like this to where you can actually, see me talk. I might add some small quizzes here and there just to make sure you're getting the information and not just going through it. But we are going to make some changes to that assignment checklist, and you will know exactly when things are due and so forth. It'll still go about the same way. Discussion boards Wednesday, any kind of assignment, not graded assignment, but like an independent response to things Friday. But we will deal with that when it comes. Okay, we're going to need to backtrack because of a few things. One, I noticed many of you guys did not even turn in your philosophy of guidance. And I'm kind of, okay, I'm really surprised by that because you guys had a lot of resources for that. You guys had the text, specifically the text chapter about theory. I mean, that writes your whole paper. You had the ooey gooey video about why it's important to teach children. You have ooey gooey handout about the ABCs and how teaching children the emotional social skills. So you guys had a lot of resources to write that, and I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to extend it. I've opened that assignment and extended it to this Wednesday only. So it will be available till this Wednesday, February 18th at 11:59 p.m. So think of writing that paper as answering the question, why is guiding behavior important? Why is it even important for you to take this class? Why is knowing how to guide children's behavior, understand children's behavior, why is that important? So use that as your main thesis and then answer the questions that are there. It's a pretty simple project. So again, you guys have until this Wednesday, and then that's it. After that, it's a 0 if it's not turned in. All right, moving on. Remember that each of your course activities, meaning things that we would normally do in class but we do online, things like discussion boards, blogs, watching videos and responding to them. Anything we do that's a course activity, that might be 100 or 40 or 60 or 80, but those are not weighing really, really heavy. There's going to be probably 25 of them that are all going to be averaged together, and that alone is going to be 35% of your grade. So if you don't do a discussion board or something like that, I want you to do them, but don't freak out because they're all going to be averaged together, and I hope to have the whole course loaded soon so that I can go ahead and set that up to where they're averaged, and you can see how that whole average looks as you go. Okay, last 2 things. One, we're going to play some catch up. So regular week 6 that we were going to plan on doing, which started unit, I want to say 3 on pro-social behavior. We're not doing that yet. We're going to go backwards. So this week, you guys, during week 6, are actually going to go back to week 4. Because learning standards are something that are really, really important, and I want to make sure you get through that. So go back to week 4. You're going to see where I added a little bit about Milestones. I gave you an actual copy of Milestones, asked you to print a few pages, gave you an instructional video on how to use it, and then you're going to have a course activity that's due this week to create a developmental checklist. That way you know what to expect for each child's age level when it comes to social emotional behavior. So that's going to help you when you do your mini lesson plan, which we are going to, the date that's on your assignment checklist, let's see, when is that? March 1st. We are going to just make that a to be determined. I will figure that out as we get closer into pro-social behaviors. So don't worry about that right now. But knowing what is age appropriate for each of your age groups is really important in order to write a lesson plan and work with young children. Okay? So that is this week. So keep in mind, this week is week 6, but you are going to actually be back in week 4 folder. Okay, same thing about next week. Next week is going to be week 7, but you are going to go back to week 5 folder, inclusion. It's going to be generally the same. You don't have much work for that. It looks like you do, but you really don't. I know that Miss Frazier had you guys do a blog with part of the inclusion part 1. However, you actually have that as a graded assignment to do the whole thing. So you're going to actually go in and do the whole thing. So when you go into week 5 folder, you're going to get a link to go to that assignment to have the instructions, a template where you can actually do your whole work on it. You're going to have all the handouts and the videos and so forth. I know Ms. Frazier gave you a PowerPoint for Cephal. We're going to do that a little bit later. That's actually inclusion part 2, which I don't believe, that's not even due until almost April, so don't worry about that. All right, so that is all you have due. That's going to be due March 1st, which is a Sunday since it's a graded assignment. March 1st at 11:59 p.m. Okay? So, last thing I wanted to say is Ms. Frazier told me a lot of students had mentioned they wish the shells were open, say week 6, were open before Monday. I had been told best practice was to open it Monday so that people don't work too far ahead. However, what students are saying is that they like to work on it through the weekend because a lot of people are working and going to school and things during the week. So I'm going to make every effort to go ahead and have things open ahead of time, at least by Friday. But for right now in this class, you've got this week and next week open. So I'm going to do my best to accommodate to that because I completely understand working and going to school, as I did that myself. So let me go back 1 second because I forgot to tell you one thing. What we're going to do with the schedule is, since we're backtracking 2 weeks, you might have noticed Unit 3, Pro-Social Behavior. That's a huge part of this class. It's me teaching you how to teach children pro-social behavior skills. I had originally set forth, weeks 6 through 13 for that. I'm going to take that and kind of squish it together a little bit and now only do weeks 8 through 13. So we're just taking 2 weeks out of pro-social behavior, and I will go in and figure out how to mesh it together to make it work for the best for you guys, okay? So don't worry about missing anything. All right, well, if you have any questions, you guys know how to contact me. You can email me at jehopkins@tcc.edu. You can visit me on my office hours, which are on your syllabus, or you can post to the discussion board, water cooler forum, or content. All right, hope everybody's doing well and feeling a little more at ease with this class, and I will talk to you later. Have a good day and enjoy the snow. Bye.